Attention on deck!
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. You get me.
We get you, sir!
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Ratcats Roughneck!
It is finally renovation day. I've got very little time because we're in between a bunch of rainstorms. There's supposed to be a proper storm later tonight, so I want to try and get as much as I can done now before that happens. We've had rain the last couple of days, so everything's wet, everything's soft. It's probably not ideal, but if I don't get it done now, I don't know when I'll get another chance. So no time for mucking around today. I'm just going to go and get stuck straight in. Okay, as you might be able to see, the rain has kicked off, which is frustrating. So I got this small section here done already, and the side completely done, and the front mowed but not scarified. So it's a good start. I think I'm gonna have to call it a day, unfortunately, because we've got thunderstorms settling in. So I will tidy up now, and hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess with the rain, and then start again in the morning. Cheers.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so before the rain hit, I got a section of the back done, most of the side done, and the front started. Looks like the rain has racked off for the moment, so I'm going to get stuck back in and see if I can't get the front finished. If I can get the whole lot finished today, it'd be good, but I'm not holding my breath, so I'll get stuck back into it and see how we go. The Ryobi Scarifier is doing a really good job. I'm really impressed with that little thing. It's chewing through the batteries as you'd expect, but for what it is and for what it's worth, it's making light work of the thatch under the grass. So it's going really well. Let's see how we go by the end of the day. Righto, the front is now done, which I'm really happy with. For my first go, I'm pretty happy with how it went. Cut it nice and short. The Scarifier took up heaps, which is good, and it's looking really good. So I can't wait to aerate it and then put the topsoil over the top. The back is going to be the next problem. Let's have a little wander. Very long and still very wet from that rainstorm we had a little while ago, so I'm going to have to cut it down in stages and just see what happens. The other thing that you may notice is I've cleared out that area because I've got a mate coming in a couple of minutes with his excavator to do some work here in the backyard to level off for the fire pit area. So I'm pretty excited about that and see how that turns out. I hired the skip bin so that he could put the soil that he gets from here into it and get rid of it, not realising that I was going to almost fill it up with just scarifyings from the lawn. So we'll see what happens when I finish the rear yard as well, but it's looking good and I'm having fun, so we'll keep on keeping on. Righto, I reckon I'm going to have to call it a day. The rain's back again for like the 7th or 8th time today. It's too heavy to keep going in. It's making the grass too wet and too heavy. So not to worry, give me a chance to recharge all the batteries for the Ryobi stuff, recharge my own batteries, and I'll pick up where I leave off tomorrow. I had the Core Aerator booked for tomorrow, but I've pushed that back for Saturday now, so tomorrow will be just another day dodging the rain, I imagine, trying to get the height down as low as I can, and see how we go. The renovation continues. Cheers. Morning everyone, it's day 2 of the lawn reno. We've got much better weather today. We've got blue skies out there, which is nice, and gonna pick up where I left off yesterday. I've got my mate coming here shortly with his excavator to help me dig out the fire pit, but in terms of the yard, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, getting that lawn shorter, and try and scalp it right down to the dirt before I get the aerator into it. So let's get stuck in. Alright, I made it back in just in time for the rain to hit me one more time for the end of the mowing section of this renovation. I reckon I'm finally finished. So this morning while it was drying out, I managed to get the area behind me nice and level and framed up after my mate came through with the excavator and got rid of a whole heap of dirt for me. So it's now ready for me to do a bit more work on, a bit of drainage, and dig the fire pit out and then get some gravel in there and make it look a little bit nicer. I reckon I've got the grass about as low as I'm going to get it. So it's really wet, and the soil is really wet, so it's a bit hard to get down in there, but a lot of scarifyings came up with that Ryobi scarifier, which was really good. And then I've run over it about 4 or 5 times on the lowest setting on the old Ryobi, and taken a heap of grass out of it. Nearly filled that skip bin up, filled the auto up a couple of times, so I reckon that's about as good as I'm going to get it. Plenty of dirt showing through, which is good. Kikuyu loves that, as a lot of blokes will say. You know, you could renovate with a bobcat and Kikuyu will still come back. So I'll let it dry out a little bit again tonight, and then I've got 4 ton of 80-20 coming in the morning to spread around and topsoil. So I've got the aerator booked for 7 AM. I'll try and get that done before the soil gets here, and then I'm going to throw down some granular fertiliser, some bug kill stuff to get that in good deep into the soil. And yeah, so see you in the morning.